Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend,
And I'm James, your black friend,
and this is the Fat and Black Connection.
where we talk about anything and everything. Well, as long as it's interesting to us.
Yes, and for a moment there, I forgot which one I was, so I had to think about it for a second.
It's really scary.
Yeah,
It's really scary. Yo,
Uh,
that opening, the countdown timer. What is that like? Because I keep hearing explosions, and I'm like, what?
that's just built into the music, so the
Oh, I was
video
just
was
like, what?
separate from the music.
I was like, what is this? Like, what are these bombs going on?
Blowing up Earth,
Yeah,
brother.
I was like, what's going on?
Speaking of, before we go into anything, did you watch Oppenheimer yet?
No, I didn't get a chance to see it today. I know. I wanted to go, and then I got caught up with other stuff. So, yeah.
What did you get caught up with?
So my brother had to return the car that he was doing. He was had on rent because the company or whatever. So I wanted to go, when I wanted to go, he needed to get to work. So I was like, all right, well, I'll take you to work then, because I need my car afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
So now you have to go pick him up after work?
Nah.
Nah. Well, as we do here from time to time, we like to try interesting, unique items on this show. And I have a couple tonight that I want to talk about. And the first one is I went to Sam's Club the other day and I came across this item, but it was sold in a 15 pack. And I was like, I don't want to get 15 of those because A, I don't know if I'm going to like it. And B, I don't need 15. And so there were two flavors in this pack of what I'm about to show you, and both flavors interest me. I ultimately went to Winco and found both the flavors, both of which I wanted to try for the show. And tonight I'm only going to do one, and I'm probably not going to drink this whole thing, but this is a drink. This is C4 Performance Energy. Have you heard of C4?
Yeah.
And
they have like weird. They have like Skittles and
Starburst.
Yeah.
And Skittles was the other one that was in this 2-pack of 15, or this 15 pack, 2 flavors.
Yeah.
So the other one that I have in my fridge right now is Skittles. So I'll be drinking that next week. So I'm going to try this because I'm not a big energy drinker, and it's weird to me that there's zero sugar.
Especially when you talk about Starburst.
But pink Starbursts are by far my favorite. So smelling it doesn't really give off much scent.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh my. Oh my, that is very
that is pink strawberry Starburst.
That is very good. That is dangerously good, actually.
Pink Starbursty.
The next thing that I have to try here tonight with you.
Really?
Taco Bell Cheddar Crisp Taco Supreme flavored. So these are, you've seen cheese wisps and all those things in the stores that are just regular, fried cheese, if you will.
Right.
Woo! Smells like I'm inside a Taco Bell.
And I'm about to have diarrhea.
You know what? It almost tastes, because it's cheese with the flavoring on it. Mm-hmm. It's almost like eating a Doritos Locos taco.
Mm. And Doritos Locos tacos are actually pretty darn good.
So, obviously, I'll save some for you to try.
Of course.
Because in just a short few hours,
yep,
I will be flying down to Vegas.
That's right.
To see you in just, I will be there in just over 12 hours.
Yep.
And then we will be driving up here tomorrow night.
Yep.
To go to an event that we'll talk about in a couple minutes this weekend.
Yeah.
But sticking with the food and drinks, I've got one more thing that I tried today.
Uno más.
So this was in a vending machine.
Wait, they had that in a vending machine?
Yeah, so this was in a vending machine at the office where my wife works.
Oh man.
So this is Mrs. Freshly's Deluxe. Make life sweeter. Reese's peanut butter flavored cupcakes. Chocolate cupcakes with peanut butter flavored icing and filling made with Reese's peanut butter.
Oh, what?
So I only ate one of them.
Come on.
I saved the other one for you.
Come on.
What do you think? Just looking at it and thinking about it, what do you think? Do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Pretty disappointing.
Oh.
So, like I said, I saved the other one for you. You can try it.
All right.
But it was out of the couple of things that I've tried here.
What is it? Was it like? I mean, was it just old or? Never mind. I'll try it.
No. It was fresh. It just so the cupcake part, it's like a chocolate cupcake,
right?
And there is a little bit of the peanut butter type filling in the middle, cream type filling,
right? But the cupcake to peanut butter ratio is not on point.
Well, there's that, but it didn't even taste like Reese's.
Oh,
yeah. So it was kind of disappointing. Okay. So, like, I mean, if it was good, I probably would have eaten the whole thing and not saved you any. So,
thanks for being gross, so I could have one.
Yeah. So now for the real thing, because it's that time of the year, the most wonderful time of the year for beer, Oktoberfest. New logo design.
Really?
Yeah, that's different than last year's.
Yeah,
or the prior few years actually. So for those of you that don't know, Oktoberfest, hearty and smooth with Octobery flavor. The way they describe it is malt brings so much to a great beer. That's why we developed a unique malt blend to provide a robust color and smooth, rich flavor. Like you, we look forward to this tradition every year.
Listen, all you need to know is it's delicious. That's all you really need to understand.
It pretty much every year I buy at least one case, 24 pack, 28 pack, whatever.
Yeah. I'm about to get on that.
Well, I bought a 28 pack, so there'll be plenty here for you to have while you're here.
Oh yeah.
Also, while you're here, we will be enjoying some Sierra bourbon.
Which he knows I'm not a huge bourbon person, but you know what? For research purposes, I'm all down about trying stuff.
Yeah, so I got this because the other day my wife and I went out to lunch and we were walking around this little ghetto mall in Carson City, and they opened up a liquor boutique. I've never seen this. Oh. There was I actually was looking for that churro beer you had.
Yeah.
Because they had that much interesting, unique things that I was like, oh, maybe it's here.
Yeah.
Pardon me. Unfortunately, it was not.
And I just found out that beer was a limited time thing and limited quantities, and they don't have it anymore at Lazy Dog.
I hate your brother. So anyways, the guy that was running the shop, I guess he's the owner. He was talking to me and he was like, what do you like to drink? And I said, I like whiskeys, bourbons, scotches. That's generally my wheelhouse. And he was like, you want to try this one? He had an open bottle of it. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? He was like, yeah, here, let me pour you a little shot or whatever. It wasn't a shot. It was probably like a half shot or a quarter shot. And I took a sip. And bear in mind, this is a 46% or 92 proof. So very close to being flammable.
Not quite, but almost.
8 more or 6 more percent or 4 more percent. Sorry, it would be. So anyways, I took my first sip and I was like, this is like sweet. It's smooth. It's delicious. So I figured it was one that you would probably actually like. So that's why I bought the bottle. Okay. So yeah.
And if I don't, you'll still like it. So it's all good.
Well, yeah, ultimately. So winner for me either way.
Yeah.
And the reason that you're coming up here to visit.
That's right.
Is ArieCon.
That's right.
That's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
That is
Friday,
correct.
12 to 6.
That is correct.
Saturday, 10 to 6.
Yes, sir.
Sunday, 10 to 5.
Yes, sir.
At 1300 Stardust Street at the Oddfellows Hall or something like that.
Oddfellows.
So we're going to be rocking out at the 97 and Now booth.
Yeah.
Where we're going to have, all of our accoutrements for our shows that we work on and everything, as well as we will be hosting Lawrence and Diego Iriarte,
The Iriartes.
father-son comic book artist, team, and producer of Lumpia with a Vengeance. So
Yeah.
they will be joining us for the weekend at our booth, doing commissions. So if you are interested in getting some custom art done, they are happy to do that for you. So, and these guys are fantastic. They've worked on multiple properties.
They're good.
They've done DC, Marvel, their own stuff.
Yeah.
They're working with us on some projects. So,
yeah,
good guys. Happy to have them. Excited for them to be up here with us. And yeah, I think it's going to be a real fun time.
I've known Diego since he was 2. He's a grown man now.
That's a little while. So something that I also wanted to talk about just for a couple of minutes is one of the shows that 97 and Now Productions produces, and that's the Pop Culture Kaboom podcast.
Kaboom!
I wouldn't call them our sister show, but we are in the same vein conceptually of what we do.
Yeah.
And this last Sunday show, they had on an award-winning author. This Sunday coming up, they actually have Monique T. Parent, who is known as the thinking man sex symbol and a filmmaker. If you look her up, she's actually done some pretty impressive stuff. And also, they're going to have on author Mark Elditz. So if you've never listened to Pop Culture Kaboom, it is a live radio show on Sundays from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. on KMBC.org.
KMBC.org.
And then it gets turned into a podcast released usually Monday afternoon, Monday evening, and edited all the commercials out and everything. So it brings it down to a tight 2 hours and 40 minutes or so.
Tight.
So,
Toy like a toyga.
So the guys from Pop Culture Kaboom are also going to be at ArieCon.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the guys from Pop Culture Kaboom, Spencer Stoner, who we had on last week. He is the guy that's organizing ArieCon. So should be a good time.
That is correct.
And if you're interested in the Pop Culture Kaboom podcast and you haven't listened to an episode, scan that little QR code down there, and that'll take you straight to the podcast page, which will let you go and choose your player if you prefer Apple or Google or whatever.
Whatever you like.
James, have you been listening to the Pop Culture Kaboom podcast?
I haven't listened to all the episodes. I've listened to a few episodes.
So you're the reason our numbers aren't as high as they should be.
It's possibly one of the reasons.
That one lone guy keeping us down.
Once he listens, everybody will listen.
So speaking of podcasts, let's take a couple minutes and talk about an audio drama. Murphy's Inc. that we work on. And it's coming. It's coming soon.
2 weeks.
Is it 2 weeks?
Is it 2 weeks?
It's 10 days.
Oh, shoot. Even less time.
Yeah. August 27th, Sunday, August 27th. Murphy's Inc. episode 1 of season 2 will premiere.
You know what else is happening that night?
What is?
Mark is going to be on Pop Culture Kaboom right before Murphy's Inc. premiere.
That's right. I will be guesting on the Pop Culture Kaboom from 6 to 9 that night and talking about.
I'm going to try and call in that night, or they give me a call that night.
Yeah, it is a live call-in radio show. So, I actually, as a matter of factuality, have the phone number already So if you want that number, if you want the digits, so you
Oh,
can
yeah.
call in, I can give that to you. But there, multiple cast members from Murphy's Inc. are planning to call in that night and talk about their excuse me, their experience. What are you drinking there?
Oh, this one's a Seagram's Escapes Strawberry Daiquiri. I had the wild berry one earlier. That one, it's okay, but the strawberry daiquiri one is pretty darn good.
And what was around the bottle that you just took off?
Oh, it's my Marvel beer cozy.
They're called koozies.
Whatever. Cozy.
Your
But,
beer
yeah.
koozie.
It's it's my Marvel one. Has I don't know if you hold on, let me get to the bottom. Captain up there, Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Spider-Man.
Any on the other side, or is it
No, it's just the
repeated?
same ones.
Gotcha. So, anyways, Murphy's Inc. Is coming 10 days. I just literally today signed off on episodes 1 and 2. They are done. They're in the can. Episode 3 is well along its way, and we should probably be signing off in the next couple of days. Episodes 4 and 5 are already assembled. They just need, some stuff. So in all likelihood, before we even press play on episode 1, the first 5 episodes will be fully in the can.
Fully done, ready to go.
Yep. We have finished recording through episodes 13.
Yeah.
And we start recording episodes 14 and 15
next week.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, next week.
Starting Monday. And that's it. And that's basically 2 weeks of recording. And
we done, baby. Season 2's in the can.
And then it's on to season 3.
Yeah, season 3 is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, and I've already mapped out season 3, and it's gonna be a fun one. There's
I'm coming back to direct, people.
We'll see. I don't know. I don't know about that. We'll see.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back, baby.
I mean, you'll be there as a voice actor. I mean, I use that term loosely.
That ain't acting.
You kind of just show up and talk. Sometimes we get you to say the lines as they're written.
Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes it's like I'm just gonna make stuff up as I go.
You do. It is amazing to me. And the interesting thing is it's you and Tyrus both have this tendency, and especially since Tyrus wrote lot of this stuff.
Yeah, that's the part that kills me. It's like, especially with him, it's like he wrote that. How does he not know?
You both have a tendency to, like, I don't know if it's that you stop looking at the page as you're reading, but you just insert your own words or you change them completely.
Yeah.
I don't understand that because it's not like you're illiterate. It's not
it's just the way that it just but like there's been a couple times where I stopped looking, and so it's like it's just the next words that come out naturally that fit, and it's like, no, that's wrong.
But the most annoying part is that you try to play it off as though, oh no, I feel like this would be better. Okay, well, how about you give it to me as written first, and then let's see.
Some of the times it just feels better coming out, but yeah. Anyway,
because we're pretty open to making changes dialogue wise, and I give you the scripts multiple times before we finalize them.
Yeah, but it's not until because even when I'm reading them, it's like, but it's not until I'm really in the I'm really in it. That the word change for me works. It's like, I don't know why. It's just sometimes like when I'm reading it on my own, I'm reading it and it's like, okay, it sounds fine. But then when I'm actually saying it, when I'm actually recording it, it doesn't want to come out correct. So that's when the change happens. It's not that it's like, because I know I've read it multiple times, but it's just like when I'm actually recording it, that's when it just doesn't sound right for some reason.
Gotcha. So I thought it would be fun to do something a little different that we've never done before, and that is show the cover page.
This is what the script looks like, people.
Yeah, so this is the cover page of episode 1 of season 2. So
there's a lot of names on this thing. Just so you guys.
Executive producer Mark Helton, executive producer James Devereaux Lewis, co-executive producer Tara Eon, director Tara Eon.
Yeah.
Murphy's Inc. season 2, episode 1, written by Austin Dye, Ashley Dean, Mark Helton, Tyrus Rayner, and Tara Eon.
Yeah.
Created by Milliam Chan.
Milliam, the creator.
Yep. Series developed by Mark Helton, Tara Eon, and Austin Dye. Final recording draft 6/14. So this script wasn't finalized until 2 months ago. And it is going to air in 10 days.
Yeah.
So that's crazy when you think about taking a finalized script.
Turnaround thing on these times is good.
Yeah.
I mean, plus we weren't just recording. I mean, we were recording multiple scripts at the same time. So it wasn't like we were doing one at a time.
True.
So
I figure I'll let you read the next one because it's got a lot more words. Can you read that?
Man, no, I can't even read. Hold up. Do I even have? I don't even know if I have.
It's fine. I can read it.
Yeah.
So this is the end credit page 41 of the script of the first episode of season 2. So the script announcer. I am not the announcer. I'm not going to read it as the announcer. I'm just going to read it. This episode was written by Austin Dye, Ashley Dean, Mark Helton, Tyrus Rayner, and Tara Eon. Directed by Tara Eon. Produced by Mark Helton, James Devereaux Lewis, and Tara Eon. Audio editing and effects by Joe Bly with Kiana Music. Original music by Louis Palfrey. This episode featured the voice talents of Kirsty Harrison as Murphy, Jenny Helton as Daphne, Shandon Loring as Michael, Mark C. Helton as Gleason, Tyrus Rayner as Isaac, Carrie Hampton as Hart, Quinn Cafferata Jenkins as Philippe, Kaz Chandler as the librarian, Stephanie Ballman as intern number 1, James Devereaux Lewis as intern 2, with Anita Kelly as Sylvia, Michelle Calhoun as the interrogator, Laura Landry as Marie, and I'm Connor Howard, your announcer. This series is developed and proudly produced by 97 to Now Productions. For more information about the show, please visit our website. Tune in next time as Murphy's Inc. continues.
Continue.
So some new names, some carryover from season 1. It's a fun one. One of the credits that is missing from this that we had to do a drop in. James, you want to talk about it a little bit?
Oh yeah, no. So one of our new creative team members, his name is Michael Leon, and Michael Leon, I should say. And I worked with him at Red Robin, so he's from my Red Robin days, and he's always kind of doing art and stuff like that. He was actually, I went to him years ago, and our original logo that we had for the show, he created. You can see it up there in the corner, right there. He is. If you want to check him out online at the Clone Ones on Instagram. I know that one for sure. I think it's the same thing on Facebook. But yeah, no, he's a phenomenal artist through Photoshop and all that kind of stuff, and so he has agreed to do our cover art this season.
So he's going to be doing 15 pieces for us, one per episode.
Yeah, and actually, I did talk to him tonight. As a matter of fact, I talked to him earlier tonight, and I was like, "Hey, man, we want to get you on the show." So he said he's gonna figure it out, and he's gonna be here.
Good.
So we'll get him on here.
Good. I'm hoping. I have reached out to a couple of the voice actors on the show, and I'm hoping, fingers crossed, next week we will have a special guest. We'll see.
We don't find out.
But yeah, it's coming. It's real. I'm excited. I think this season is awesome.
The season's even better than the last season. The last season was pretty darn good.
Well, it's 2.5 times bigger. It's
huge.
It's twice as many voice actors.
And actually, that wasn't even supposed to happen.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm excited to see what kind of response we get from our audience. And I'm hoping this will help to expand our audience.
Question: Did we get clarification for season 3? Did you say like only like 2-3 characters new characters per episode, or is it just going to be like?
So what happens? I am completely outlining season 3, and so I am deciding, new characters, things of that nature. There will be So there's going to be multiple arcs in season 3. There's going to be
Right.
the main plot, then there's going to be a bunch of sub stories, and there's going to be a bunch of different time periods we're going to go to again. And so one of the time periods, I'm not even planning on there being any additional voice actors. It will just be following characters that we already have established,
Okay.
with just background sounds and stuff.
Interesting.
One of the nice things about an audio drama is you don't have to bring in voice actors for background audio. You can just find existing stock out there, or take the same actors and just have them mumble and stuff, and you just throw that in the back.
More beer.
That Foley work, if you will.
Yeah.
But for those of you out there, if you haven't listened to Murphy's Inc. season 1, scan that QR code. It'll take you over to Podbean. And you can go through whatever your favorite podcast player. Check it out. It's a great series. And just a quick, brief synopsis: a science fiction adventure that follows an organization led by Murphy with her 2 agents, Michael and Daphne, as they and their ragtag team travel through time to steal precious artifacts. Along the way, they'll meet famous historical figures, weave through danger, and experience historical events shown only in dusty, faded textbooks. Intrigue, thrills, and betrayal follow as they jump deep into the past.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
Yeah. So if you haven't checked it out, please check it out. Give it a listen. It is only 6 episodes for season 1. You could binge it in, I think, less than 3 hours.
And even if you don't like it, make sure you tell somebody that you really hate, and they might like it. Or if you do like it, tell people you like, and maybe they'll like it. I don't know.
And if you're a teacher, give your kids extra credit, especially if you're a history teacher.
Yeah, I'm all about bribing people.
The one thing I can say that I'm most proud of on this series is that, and I was having this conversation with my wife the other day, that I use this show as a platform to educate people on things that they don't know.
Yeah, I didn't even know some of this stuff.
Yeah, there are multiple, for example, when we were doing the research on season 1, which if you haven't listened by now, spoiler alert, hold on, wait for it. So, spoiler alert, season 1, we traveled to, the team in Murphy's Inc. season 1 travels to Norway during the time of the Vikings. And, as we were developing the season and the scripts and everything, I was doing a lot of research because I want to make sure that we're historically accurate. James and I are huge fans of the Assassin's Creed series.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we really appreciate, I think, about the game is that it is historically accurate. It is a work of fiction, but 90% of what is there from a historical standpoint is completely accurate.
They do that research. They make sure, like, at least the characters kind of look, they know what the history behind it is good.
Yeah. And so I try to do the same thing, especially when we're dealing with actual historical figures.
Yeah.
And in season 1, we're dealing with Eric the Red, who was an actual historical figure whose son, Leif Erikson, was the one that came to America. Ugh, man, this beer is getting to me tonight.
I had the burp earlier. I was like, ooh.
I think it's the combination of the C4 and the beer.
That could be it.
But Leif Erikson, son of Eric the Red, came to America before anybody else.
Yeah.
So it's interesting because I was doing research on one of the things we're looking at doing for season 3, and I came across this thing that I was like, this is amazing. I had no idea about this. And I can say this much without giving too much away because I'm not going to actually use it. But do you know who the first European person to really travel the Silk Road, the Silk Route trading routes, and go into China was? Marco Polo.
Oh, really?
And do you know who he became a close confidant of? Kubla Khan.
Really?
Yeah. See, again, doing historical research on some, like, trying to find weird random events. It's interesting. Again, I'm not using it.
Yeah. So Marco Polo became a confidant of Kubla Khan.
Yeah. Marco Polo was hanging out in China with Kubla Khan.
Hey, man.
I would have used it.
And if you don't know, now you know.
Yes, I would have used it, but it ultimately it's not necessary for the story we need to tell.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, this is cool. This is good to know.
But
yeah, I that's one of the things I love about the show. As you'll see in season 3, there are multiple time periods that we're going to and events that we're dealing with that are historically accurate. These things happened or these things existed.
Yep.
And I can tell you before working on this season, I didn't know any of these things.
Oh.
So it's
hey, look, if we're gonna learn something too.
You're gonna get a little bit of an education.
We're gonna entertain you. But if you're not careful, you're gonna learn something.
We're your adult version of Sesame Street.
BEA, beautiful.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm excited for season 2 to start dropping a week from Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Now, for those of you that only want to listen in podcast format, that will come a little bit later. So the way that it's going to work is episode 1 is going to air on Sunday, August 27th at 9 p.m. Pacific on knbc.org.
That's correct.
You will then be able to hear it again if you missed anything the following Friday at 8 p.m.
That's correct.
So that's the 1st of September.
Oh, yeah.
And if you really want to wait, if you're like, I can wait, okay, then you can get it in podcast format starting 9 p.m. on September 1st. And then every Friday after that, Friday night, you'll be able to get
a new episode.
And we will be going for 15 weeks straight.
15 weeks.
Yeah.
15.
So, and just as a reminder out there for the thousands that are watching right now, we're not quite up to the millions as usual, but we're up to thousands. This is a live and interactive broadcast.
It's been amazingly quiet tonight.
Yeah, you are welcome to engage with us and chat. We see those chat messages. We sometimes will change the direction of the show. If you've got a question about Murphy's Inc. or what we do there, if you've got a question about anything that we're doing tonight, please feel free to engage.
It's all good. We like it.
Yeah, we are live. This is August 16th, 2023. It's 8:34 p.m. Pacific. So we're here.
Oh, yeah. Let's go.
So let's shift gears a little bit and let's talk about some video games.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about an audio drama with voice acting, and I got to tell you, I watched. Did you watch the trailer for this game?
Yeah.
Outcast: A New Beginning. It looks really good.
It looks big. Yeah.
I was really like, I'm interested in this game. Except then I had the volume up. And listening to the voice actor who was doing the narration during this trailer, it bored me. It killed me. It was like, why am if this is the level of talent in the game, I'm going to hate it.
Yeah.
And we've got Jenny checking in. So I don't know. What did you think, James? Do you agree with me? Do you feel like that voice actor was pretty bad, or?
I actually wasn't even really paying attention to the voice. I was, I was more stunned by the just the look of the game. That was the thing that really caught my eye. It was I kind of almost tuned everything out because I was just like, man, that looks very interesting. The rocket pack and the outfits and everything, it's aesthetically pleasing. I might have to go back and listen to it and see if that changes my opinion, but aesthetically looking at it looks good.
Yeah, you should read my comments when I post stuff like this, because I specifically said the voice actor and everything was really bad, and so if you had read that, you would have hopefully listened.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't. I just wanted to see what this was about. The one that I did read was the one we'll talk about a little bit later. But
so we got a new trailer for the new Madden, and nothing new here.
Nope, just all amazingness.
I don't know. I'm over it. I have bought many Maddens.
I don't. You know what? I didn't do. I used to buy. I used to buy like every other year. I wouldn't buy it every year. Some people I know will buy it every year, but I was not. I would buy like every other year, every 2 years.
Yeah, so I don't know about with PlayStation. You're a PlayStation guy. I'm an Xbox guy.
Yeah.
I have the Xbox Ultimate Game Pass, and that gets me EA Sports for included. So
EA
I
Sports.
won't get Madden 24 day one, but it's usually like 2 months or so after it releases. I'll be able to play it.
Yeah.
But I can tell you, I've played the last 2-3 years, and there is nothing significant improvement. There is nothing that like really is drawing me in.
The only thing they do is change rosters, and the thing is that I thought on like a couple years back they made it so that you can it was connected to the internet basically, so any roster updates it would update that game.
They still do that. I think when everything went downhill, in my opinion, and this is probably going to change here in the next couple of years, it sounds like, but I don't know if you remember, but there used to be NCAA 24 by EA. And you used to be able to create a college character and bring them all the way.
Yeah. But they haven't had a NCAA game since what, 14?
Yes, because they couldn't anymore.
Yeah.
Because nobody wanted to buy the game if you couldn't have any of the players' names or whatever.
Yeah. But now with everything going on with the imaging and licensing and all that kind of stuff, it's coming back.
Yeah. It sounds like probably next year, next season, we may actually see the return of college football video games.
Yes.
Which, that'll be nice. And I might be interested then because then I can create my character in college, develop them, get them up to...
No. And if they do it like they did before, it's like last year of high school.
Yes. You start in like the high school local championship or whatever.
Yeah.
Which, I don't care. Like I don't need that.
I actually kind of liked that. It was kind of cool.
Yeah. Okay. But I will say this next one, actually, I'm very interested in.
I am not.
And that is Legend Bowl.
I am not interested whatsoever.
Are you serious?
Look, I played Tecmo Bowl.
Uh-huh.
And like we've come so much farther than Tecmo Bowl. And don't get me wrong, Tecmo Bowl was fun and it was amazing at the time. But I've been spoiled now.
See, to me, this is Tecmo Bowl meets Blitz. And I love Blitz.
I did see the dude get hit and the helmet came off. That was kind of interesting. That flew up into the... I was like, what's going on right now?
I think I'm tired of the Madden series so much that, and we got ding right, Gerald Osborne, the 8th checking in. Not NFL the 7th, Street. Not the 9th, the 8th. NFL Street.
NFL Street was legit.
There were 2 games, NFL Street and NFL Street 2.
Those were legit games. It was basically it was the NBA Jams. It was the NBA Jams for the NFL.
But better.
Yeah.
Like, graphically.
Well, yeah. I mean, when the NBA Jams came out, it was like, I don't even remember. But
to me, it was more like an NFL game, Madden or whatever, meets. You remember there was the Def Jam Fight Club or whatever?
Oh, you mean Def Jam Vendetta?
Yes.
Man.
Yeah. It kind of felt like
those games, bro. Again, if you get a chance to go back and play, I didn't play the first one, but I played I played the hell out of Def Jam Vendetta. Mm-hmm. That was one hell of a game.
Oh, for sure. And to me, Street, it had feel of that to a degree.
You know what? I actually really enjoyed Street. I mean, the 5-on-5 and you played, and it was basically all positions. So you played defense and you played offense, and so it was like you had to choose. I mean, you got to choose kind of the roster, but it was like you had to think strategically.
Yeah,
some strategery involved.
I would love to see a new version of Street.
I would too. That one was dope. Like I said, it reminded me, and actually, you know what I'd also like to see? Speaking of, I'd like to see a newer version of NBA Jams. Better graphics, like you could especially with the team rosters, and you could do team ups.
So you'd like 2-on-2?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the 2-on-2 aspect of the game. And then even if, and sometimes it'd be even doper, not doper, but even cooler too, is if you could just make like a dream team, like you have two players that don't play together, and like almost kind of an all-star type deal. But
and Gerald says if it was 3D, okay. Yeah, I definitely would not.
I mean, the graphics would. I mean, I'm talking. It'd be cleaned up for sure. Because I mean, that was
but even more so. I think his point probably is that when you think about NBA Jam, it was almost a side scroller.
Yeah, it was almost
one flat camera, and it was just back and forth.
Right.
I think I would prefer 3-on-3, rather than the 2-on-2. I just feel like it would be a little bit better. And I agree with the 3D. I think it would you'd be able to, see things more detailed.
I think it would actually make the calls a little bit doper too, because I think once you catch on fire, like they can do something with cameras, and if you do the swing across,
he's warming up.
He's on fire. Yeah. From downtown, swish.
NBA Street.
I messed with that a little bit, not a whole lot though.
Yeah, to me, I remember when NBA Street came out, and I played it, and I compared it to NFL Street, and it's
apples
and
oranges too. It's apples and oranges.
It is, but the concept of the street. It worked for NFL. It didn't work for NBA, in my opinion.
NBA Street was just more paying homage to paying homage to the street game, like just being out on a court. That's what that was, and that was just paying homage to like Rucker Park and all those kind of places. But no, where NFL Street was like you're running along fences. It was ridiculousness.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm not a hater of NBA Street. Don't get me wrong. I felt like they were
float
trying,
your boat.
Yeah. I felt like they were trying to do the NFL Street thing,
but wasn't NBA Street was first though?
It was. I didn't become aware of it until after.
Oh, okay. I was supposed to say, like, man.
So this next one, I'm fairly certain you probably don't care about, but
I know you do. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I know he's going to be about this.
Oh yes. So South Park is getting a new video game. It'll be the third on this generation of systems.
Is it still part of the Fractured Butthole series?
I believe it is, based on what Cartman is wearing.
Yeah.
And so, except this one is going to be completely 3D graphic and generated. So that will be.
That'd be very interesting.
Yeah, and I very much enjoyed the first two games. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. I will say South Park was my probably favorite television series for a very long time, and then COVID happened, and they kind of weren't releasing regularly, and then they worked out this new contract with Comedy Central and went down to only doing 10 episodes a year, and it was
So this video game is needed.
For somebody like me, yes. It's how you get me back into the show.
Yeah.
This next one, I'm just gonna sit back and let you go ahead.
Okay, listen. I don't know. I literally just learned about this the other day, and one of the guys I work with was telling me what this series was about, and I was blown away.
Hold on. You never heard of The Last Ronin before a couple of days ago?
Nah.
Okay. Well, for those of you that don't know,
well, no, what I'm saying is that this is I'm guessing this is from like back in the 90s when like the Ninja Turtles comics were out. Because just the look and the feel of it was telling. That's what it felt like. I don't know if it was later than that.
Last Ronin didn't come out until 2020.
Oh, damn.
End of 2020.
Okay. Oh, well then never mind. Because the feel of it looked like the old the old comic books, the old Ninja Turtles comics books, and man, like just the story, it's dark. It's from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is just like, they're always kind of fun, and I mean, there's always a little grittiness to it, but man, this one, I'm man, I can't wait. I mean, just the story, as far as I know it, is phenomenal. Um, the ending was something I was like, I'm sorry, what? But yeah, no, this, like, he was telling me, he's like, look, that series was kind of dark. I don't know if they're ready for the video game, but I can tell you right now, I am ready for this game.
Yeah, this is one of the games for me that I'm like this much closer to I've got to get a PS5 because it's not. It sounds like it's only going to be released on PlayStation.
I thought you had one.
I do not have a PS5.
You have a 4. I thought you didn't get a 4.
I used to have a 4. This game will only be released on the 5.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But yeah, so the graphic novel, The Last Ronin, is amazing. I'm not going to give too much away, but it's basically slightly in the future. Only one of the brothers is still alive, and in essence, out for revenge.
It's that what was Hawkeye's character in
Ronin?
Yeah. Oh, same. Yeah. So it's basically the same thing. Same kind of deal. So is Ronin just a revenge character? Is that what is it just
correct?
Okay.
Let's shift gears some more.
Super shift gears.
Yeah. All right. So Disney Junior announced that they are coming out with a new Winnie the Pooh, and I love Winnie the Pooh. I grew up on Winnie the Pooh. Like I'm raising my kid on Winnie the Pooh. Like,
oh bother.
I love Winnie the Pooh. And this trailer came out for this new Disney Junior Winnie the Pooh, and I was like, okay. I'm not a fan of the hoodie sweater, but okay. I'll get past that. Except the voice acting.
It's because they're using like kid voices, and that's. I mean, like this Pooh is way too energetic for me. Maybe that just happened as he got older, but I'm just saying this Pooh is way too energetic. Tigger is hyper anyways, but they actually seem to almost tone him down.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed in this. I will not show this to my kid. As she gets older, if she is interested, then there's nothing I can do about it. But it's not going to be because I bring it in. I can't. And if I go to Disneyland and see this version of Pooh walking around the park,
I'm out.
Yeah, I will throw a conniption. Like,
he'll be back though.
Probably. How about this hot garbage?
Yeah. Why? But I mean, I guess because people are interested. But this whole thing makes Kanye out to look like the victim.
Kim versus Kanye, the divorce.
I mean, like, and then also makes Kanye. I mean, it's like makes him look like he's like the victim, and she's the bad guy. And then there's certain people that you talk to, and it makes it sound. But that's always like friends of whoever, or people on the outside are always going to have some sort of opinion. But yeah, I don't know. And there's parts where Kim looks like the victim, and parts of Kanye looks like the victim. So you never really know who's the victim.
Yeah, so the series is set from the perspective of the two legal teams that worked on this divorce.
The kids are the victim.
The only reason that I posted this is because of the absurdity. That who cares? It's kind of like the Johnny Depp thing.
Yeah, I was about to say this is actually that. I mean, but
I don't want to be associated with the people who are like hyped to watch this.
No.
Like I don't, because I think those people that are like, oh, I'm so excited for this. Those are the people that are like bringing forth the downfall of our civilization. I mean, the Kardashians are part of what is bringing the downfall of our civilization.
I pretty much I remember I watched like one episode of the Kardashians and I felt like I got dumber.
You probably, I mean, it's hard for you to get much more, but yes, you probably did get slightly dumber.
Wow.
Just saying is all. How about this one?
Yo, I've been waiting for this since I first heard about it. And I heard about this like after, I think I heard it was not too long after 3 came out. I remember
From the world of John Wick, the Continental.
So if you don't know, that's the hotel. Actually, there's Continentals all over.
All over the chain of hotels around the globe where
that house the assassins.
Yeah,
or mercenaries, whatever they are. But yeah, no. So, but like, I've been waiting for this since I heard about it. Like, and I said, like, I think that was on after 3, John Wick 3 came out, and there was 4 in the talks, but it wasn't confirmed yet. And I heard about this, and I was like, yes.
Well, I think John Wick 4 delayed the release of this.
I think that's what happened. But
so I haven't seen John Wick 4 yet. I've seen 1 through 3. So I think
I don't have 4.
So I have a good enough base of knowledge on
the series
to know what this is, and I am interested. I watched the trailer and I was like, okay. I like how there seems to be this thing happening where people are playing with existing properties and like tangenting off, almost like a spin-off, if you will. Yeah. Because I think this is interesting, compelling enough. It's a 3-part event. So I don't know if that's like a mini series. Like, is it 3 hours? Is it, like a mini series on TV?
I'm thinking it's going to end up being, it's 3 1-hour episodes. I actually thought it was like a series. I didn't realize it was 3 parts. I thought it was going to be like a series, but when I first heard about it, like I said, I thought that's what I thought. But seeing it's a 3-part event, I'm like, okay, makes it nice and simple.
So, James, you mentioned before we went on the air that you had some interesting stories you wanted to share.
Oh, yeah. So there was a couple things I meant to talk about last week, but we ran out of time. But anyways,
we didn't run out of time.
I just kind of forgot to tell the story.
Okay.
But anyways, so now, not this past week, but the week before, I actually met Mike Tyson, and he's actually a really nice guy, except
unless you take a cigarette from him.
Right. He was in. Now, the thing is he's coming through pre-check, and he's with his family. And there was this other guy in there who was in pre-check as well. And this guy had zero chill. Like, Mike Tyson, if you've seen videos and stuff like that, he's not volatile. But you push him, he's going to show himself. And so, like, but this time it's like, if he's on his own, then yeah, maybe you can talk to him, see if you can get a picture or whatever. But he's with his wife and he's with his kids. Like, dude, have some couth, bruh. And so I'm sitting there at the walkthrough gate, and he comes through, and I'm like, yo, what's up, man? And he's like, what's up? And he comes through, and this guy is standing there, and he's like, oh, he tries to talk to him and stuff like that. And literally, like, he like squeezes himself in to try and be next to Mike Tyson. And it's like, bro, give him some space. And then he's like, oh, can I get a picture? and Mike's like, no pictures. And then he's like, this is the part that throws me. This guy was like, you want my number? Like, what? It's Mike. Why would he want your number? Like, it's what? But I did. I missed the opportunity because I really wanted to ask. I was like, "Yo, we're gonna get another season of Mike Tyson Mysteries." If you haven't seen Mike Tyson Mysteries, it's lightweight hilarious. It's on Adult Swim.
I mean, there hasn't been one in a couple of years, so I don't think it's coming back. And Norm Macdonald's dead.
I know, and that's why I was just like, man, because I really enjoyed those. They were actually quite funny. But anyways, but then I think it was like the next day, there had been Oh, and I'm surprised you didn't know about this, but there was a Star Trek convention out here.
I did know about it.
Okay. But yeah, so and I actually asked the guy, I was like, yo, like who was there? Pretty much like everybody else but the captains for most of the shows were there.
Mm-hmm.
But there was a gentleman coming through pre-check, and I'm like, yo, it still looks familiar. It might be him, but nah, I don't think so. And I kind of forgot that the Star Trek convention was in town. And then he was coming through the walkthrough, and I was like, yo, I know you. And then I don't know why Star Trek totally like blew out of my mind, but I first remember Zachary Quinto
Heroes
from Heroes.
Yep.
As Siler.
Mm-hmm.
And like that was all I could think of. And I was like, because I really liked that show. Like that was one of those shows that like it was new. It kind of changed. It changed the hero genre a little bit. And it was I think it ended just way too soon. But and
the
then
writer's strike killed the show.
Oh, is that what happened again? And then when they brought it back, it was kind of, and then they brought it back, and it was kind of like, man, they kind of did like a hodgepodge thrown together type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because a lot of the people had gone on to do different things at that point in time, anyways. But and it didn't really work for me as well. But the original Heroes, amazing.
First 2 seasons.
Yeah, and so like I was like, man, I really love that show. Like, and he was like, no, it was a good one. And so I was like, man, that was. I was really disappointed when he ends. He was like, yeah, no, it just ended too soon. So yeah, so it was nice to get a little just quick chat with him. And then you know what we did not talk about at all, and I'll just make this real quick. One of the greatest stories to come out of Montgomery, Alabama in decades, the boat brawl, bruh. Absolute ridiculousness. Absolute ridiculousness. Like I've watched, I don't know, like, because I didn't hear about it. So this happened now like 2 weeks ago, but I did not hear about it until like that happened on like the 5th. I didn't hear about it until like 2 days later. And I went and I literally typed in Montgomery, and that was like the second thing that popped up. And I was like, yo. And then like, but ever since then, I've been getting stuff in my YouTube feeds. Not it's been, bigger, not the little pieces, but like the interview with the boat captain to tell what happened, the interview with this lady that was actually started filming on the boat that showed, and I was like, yo, this is way different. And then just I was like, man, this is so nice. Just people coming together and what is the and Tyrus, if you go to Tyrus's page, Tyrus Rayner, he actually has, it's like a shirt that they made, and this is why we can't take anything seriously, because there's been memes already made with like the portals from the Avengers from Endgame. There's been like the chairman, he's become the chairman. Oh yeah, this is just some of the video right here. I think Mark pulled it up. Yeah, it's just it didn't have to happen like this. Oh, it's buffering. But like all of this could have been avoided if you just move the boat. They asked you to move the boat. They did it over the loudspeaker, and all you had to do was move your boat. But nah, you wanted to get crazy. And oh well.
Yeah.
You can look it up. You just literally go to Google, type in Alabama or type in Montgomery, and I'm sure it'll be one of the first things to pop up.
So the backstory that's important to know is this group of guys decided to park their boat on a dock that was supposed to be reserved for this paddle boat.
Right. It was a dinner cruise.
Yeah, that does tour cruises up and down the Mississippi throughout the day, right? And one part of the problem, in my opinion, is that the dock was not clearly identified. So these guys, while they're being dumb and they're probably intoxicated, to be fair, they probably didn't know that they weren't supposed to dock there. That should have been dealt with before the ship was showing up. You know what I mean? Like those guys should have been addressed the moment they went to dock somewhere they're not supposed to. Somebody should have went up and been like, "Hey guys, you can't dock here," right?
But then the captain actually said multiple times over the loudspeaker that they need to move, like while they were still there.
No, I understand. I'm just saying, why wasn't somebody there when those guys pulled in and docked to stop them? Do you get what I mean? Like, that's again, I'm not defending anything that takes place after, but if somebody had been doing their job and been there manning the pier,
or maybe they haven't had that, or maybe they haven't had that issue, or if somebody had parked there, they'd been like, "Hey, move," and they move.
yeah,
I don't know, but
I bet you now.
You gonna move today?
Well, and that's the other thing, right? So this, to just again for full clarification, the guy that's working for the paddle boat company goes out and tries to undo the rigging from the ship that docked there. And what were you going to do? You were just going to untie it and let it go float off down the Mississippi?
Oh, I'm sure he was. I mean, like, it's easy enough to probably just in the water. You can probably just pull it back some so they can get in. I don't know exactly how that all works because it didn't look like a very big boat.
No, it was a pontoon. It was not very big.
Yeah,
but
so
that's not the point. It's, if it was your property and somebody's coming out and untying your property from the pier.
Well, if somebody has told you multiple, it's over their intercom to say, "Hey, move your boat," and you don't move the boat, and somebody else comes and who works for that company and moves the boat or is trying to move the boat out of the way so they can get to that, then they gave you clear warning.
Again, I'm not disagreeing with any of that. My point is that the company should have done a better job of clearly identifying that pier as not being.
Oh, I'm sure it's done. I'm sure it's done now. And apparently the same company has had problem. I don't know if it was with these guys or they've had problems with some of these people before where they get intoxicated and then they end up like the captain was telling the story where they have like a little like a golf cart to help people, who can't walk very well or whatever, elderly, to get, to the ship and get on and stuff like that. And he was saying that one time they got a call from a hotel that's like a few blocks away that the golf cart was sitting in their lobby. So I was like, so somebody just drove off with their golf cart and dropped it off in a lobby?
So to me, this sounds like there's been a poor management problem for a long time, because that means that golf cart was left unattended and somebody was able to take off with it, right?
Because that's probably, I mean, yeah, absolutely. But I mean, that's probably also that, they don't, where it is, it's probably one of those things too, where like they don't, people know that that's what it's for. And so you don't just take stuff. So,
I mean, if you're not a local, how would you know?
Well, if it has a company name on it and it's a golf cart sitting there, and like that's not something you just, you don't just take stuff.
I think you're making assumptions that the golf cart had company logos on it or something like that.
Well, that's how but that's how they knew who it belonged to. The hotel, when they called them, was like, "Hey, we got your golf cart in our lobby." They obviously knew who it belonged to.
I don't know. I don't think you have all the facts. I think you need all the facts before you make statements like that.
I'm just going off of what the captain said of the actual ship. So that's all I'm saying. But like that was the craziest story that I have seen in a long time.
Seeing fam jump off the ship,
swim
to shore.
If you get a 16-year-old to jump off a ship in his clothes, where he probably had his phone, wallet, all that stuff in his pockets, you did something wrong.
And then as you mentioned, dude coming out with, it looked like a WWE brawl. Dude coming out with folding chairs, and
man had a chair, and like now that dude. Okay, now mind you, the first couple shots were hilarious because the guy was like the miss, and then catches him like two times, and then this man apparently just was looking for the next person to hit, and unfortunately it was a woman, and he got tackled, and he would have arrested, and that was okay for me because I was like, bro, you went a little too far. But like I was just like, man, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is the craziest thing I think I've ever seen, and it didn't even have to happen. All you had to do, move a boat, and those guys, that was the definition of mess around, find out.
All I'm saying, and we've got Ghirardelli Jeff checking in, but did he have a kendo stick or thumbtacks? Well, I don't think Mick Foley was in this brawl. I'm just saying you're putting the onus on the guys who didn't move their boat, and I'm not saying that they're right. I'm just saying the onus should also be on the pier operator, for not clearly identifying that they shouldn't have been docked there.
Hey, again, I'm telling you,
that would have avoided the issue from the beginning.
Yeah, but also just when you call somebody out and say, "Hey, I need you to move your boat," and you call them out multiple times, and apparently, like I said, apparently flipping the captain off, like, bruh.
So again,
disrespectful.
Who gets to dictate if it's not clearly identified? It'd be like you and me going for a parking spot in a parking lot, and you say, "No, that's my spot." It doesn't have your name on it. How do I know it's yours?
Well, obviously it had I mean, I don't know how, and honestly, I don't know how the pier was set up, but it looks like there's areas for the ramp and everything else. And the guys were still at the boat. The guys were still at the boat when the captain calls to him and says, "Hey, I need to park this boat there," because his ramps were right there. His ramps, lineups, and all that kind of stuff were right there. And he says, "Hey, I need you to move the boat." And he does it multiple times.
Mm-hmm.
Then the respectful part of that is saying, like, "Oh, okay, let me move this boat." Like, that's the simple. I mean,
I don't disagree with you. The right way to handle the situation, though, once you realize these guys are intoxicated and not going to do it, is the paddle boat goes out and does another little tour of the marina around it, and you call the police. And
they did call the police, but the problem was that the thing was he can't. That's the only place for them to. They can't. They had another cruise. I guess they were getting ready for too. They had another cruise after that.
I understand they weren't going to be able to get in there regardless, so you might as well just go out and do another quick little spin around the Mississippi.
I don't even know if that's a quick turnaround.
I think you're missing my point. The guy on the pier shouldn't have engaged. He should have just called the police and let them handle the situation.
Well, sometimes you got to get done. And sometimes,
except he got.
No, and then they got.
Absolutely. But he could have avoided being assaulted by.
And actually, see, the thing is that he didn't look like he was coming disrespectful at all. He actually, I think it looked like
I don't.
It looked like he came and it was like, "Hey, we need you to move." It looked the way it was like, because we don't have any audio of it, and I wish we kind of did. But like from what it looked like, he was like, "Hey, I need you. I was gonna move the boat. That's fine. I don't need to move it. You're here. Can you move the boat, please?" And then this guy is getting in his face about it. And again, I think intoxication had a lot to do with it as well, which is a whole nother issue, because boating, while that's in operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, or not a motor vehicle, but a vehicle while intoxicated, but still.
Do you think boats don't have motors on them?
I didn't know those were considered motor vehicles. Otherwise, when I think of motor vehicles, I think of cars, but I know there's like operating a vehicle.
Some states do have specific boating license, but you can lose your automobile license for a boating incident.
Oh, I did not know that.
Not every state, but some. I don't know about Alabama.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that was, man, crazy.
No, and like I said, I still stand by the whole incident should have never happened, but it could have been avoided especially since the pier there, the operator there, has had previous issues. They should have addressed their security sooner. And they should have just called the police and let them handle the situation. You make contact and you say, "Hey, can you please move your boat? It's not supposed to be docked here. We have this paddle boat coming in." And the moment they give you any flack, you turn around and you just call the police and let them handle it. That's what they get paid to do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I mean, like, I don't know. However, it still was such a weird, interesting story.
No, it's sad, it's pathetic, but it's what our civilization is devolving into. And that's what I referenced earlier with the Kim Kardashian thing. Like, too many people enjoyed watching that, I think. That's why it's gotten so much coverage. Even 2 weeks later, you're still seeing stuff, right? And I think it's because people are enjoying seeing this chaos.
For me, it was one of those things like, what is going on? Like, why is this happening?
It's terrible.
I did enjoy it a little bit, but I'm just saying it was just I enjoyed just seeing, Black people come to the aid of other Black people.
No, and I think, if I had been there seeing the situation as a white person, I think I would have jumped in to help break it up, because it was wrong what was happening.
Yeah.
And here's Mr. White Apologetics, police dealing with rich white people breaking rules. LOL.
Thank you, Brian.
Yes, because all police are bad, and all police never do anything appropriate and correct.
Good times.
You know, I can tell you as a restaurant operator in the past, there have been multiple times I've had to call the police because of drunk idiots. And the police have been extremely helpful in handling those situations.
Oh yeah, we've had to do that before. Anyway,
I can't.
All right. Well, that was fun. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Bright and early. My flight. Hold on, let me make sure it's still on time. And folks, I'll give you the lowdown. I am flying Spirit Airline tomorrow morning.
You want to tell me how that is?
So my flight departs at 8:56 tomorrow, and arrives in Vegas at 10:26.
Excellent.
So I will be there bright-eyed. I'm getting dropped off at the airport here in Reno at 7-ish, 7:15. I've got my TSA pre-check. I've already been checked in, so I'm good to go. Get to the airport. My flight starts boarding at 8:11 a.m. And I'm in first class, whatever that means for Spirit.
Two people instead of three, and a little bit extra leg room.
Yeah.
And
I'm up front.
Yeah.
I get on early, I get off quick. And
yeah.
since all I have,
ref.
Since all I'm bringing is my backpack, I'll be off the plane and out there waiting for you to pick me up. I would imagine within about 15 minutes.
Here
you go. You can help me. It looks like the gate that I'm arriving at is A12.
Okay. That's a little further back. But yeah, so you'll walk out. You'll just stay on the same floor and then go down toward baggage claim. You'll take the escalators down to baggage claim so you'll basically be walking straight out. You'll walk past the Starbucks and everything that's on the top level, the Wendy's and the Jimmy John's, all that stuff. You'll go down the escalator and then just walk straight back, and that'll be to passenger pickup.
So what are we doing for lunch tomorrow?
Doesn't matter to me.
That's not helpful.
I don't know what you want, and because we can do something simple. We can do something a little bit different. I don't know.
So we're going to, what are we going to tomorrow night?
We're the Las Vegas Aces game.
So that's the WNBA team, right?
WNBA.
And who are they playing?
They're playing the New York Liberty.
And where are we sitting?
We are actually sitting in a section that is like not even for sale. So these are for like probably friends. I got mine from the CEO of the team. So
does that mean we're sitting like courtside, or does that mean we're
sitting
like?
It's like it's a little bit back. I'm not sure exactly how it all. I haven't been to that. I've only been to that arena once, and the one time that I went, I was in another section, and we were basically on the floor in the back, and it was the court was in front of us. So yeah, it was. I don't know. So it'll be interesting because this is only the second time I've been to a WNBA game in my life.
So I got to ask you, because I'm hoping to see this thing when I come down there. I'm only in town for a couple of hours before we drive up here. But have you had the opportunity to see the Sphere?
Yeah. Okay. I've only seen it on once. And I can see it from the airport. And by the time when I'm going into work, it's not on. They have like this weird like pattern on it. And then when I'm leaving work, it's a lot of times off. But it's the couple times that I've seen it, I've seen some videos of it, which is pretty weird. I did see a couple of weeks ago there was a basketball on it. They had one up there during summer league, and so I guess they were just throwing it back up there. They had there's been a couple tournaments going on.
And Jeff claims it's hell yeah, man, it dope.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, I mean you'll be able to see it from like you'll be able to see it from when we on our way to the game, on our way. to the state, yeah, you'll be able to see it for sure.
So I'm thinking for lunch tomorrow, we go to that shopping center that you mentioned, where there's a spot where we may be hosting some comedy events in the near future.
Oh, okay. You want to go over there? That's fine. Yeah, we can check that out. That's very simple to look at because it's right out. Yeah, it's very close to the airport.
Okay. Yeah,
So we can go right over there because there's a couple different spots over there. There's a churro spot too.
Oh, well, I'm all about them churros. So
Yeah. So we can go. Yeah, we can hit that up too.
And we got Rick checking in. Let's go. Rick Yurkovic.
Yeah.
Oh, Tyrus, he's alive. He's working a new schedule, folks, so he doesn't get to check in as much. So welcome. And Rick is down, so I guess Rick must not be working tomorrow.
Yeah, so I mean, because that's over at Town Square. So
yeah, come on through. We'll get some churros.
Yeah, hey, I'm telling you, like the churro spot's good. Actually, I went to this. I guess it's a Korean corn dog place that's like right next. It's another little kiosk right there. It's pretty good. Not my.
Hold
favorite.
on, what is a Korean corn dog?
So apparently, like I don't know. Like I just heard about these from one of my coworkers too. She said like Korean corn dogs are longer, but also they do stuff where it's like half cheese, half corn dog, and sometimes it's not like the regular corn dog coating. The one I had was actually I don't remember. I know it had like flaming Cheetos dust on it. And I had like the spicy sausage or whatever too. So but the place that I went that's there, it's called Two Hands. So they look a little bit longer than a normal corn dog, but I mean it was actually pretty darn delicious. So
I'm thoroughly confused because I've never heard of this before, and so Two Hands, Korean corn dogs, things to do with teens in Mesa, Arizona. Well, obviously it sounds like they're in Vegas as well.
Yeah, so they have like one that has like potatoes on it. Like it's they have some that are like just different. They're different. They have traditional corn dogs. But yeah, they're just made a little bit differently. And I was like, okay. I saw it when I was getting my churros the last time, and I was like, I'm gonna have to come back here and try this place.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we can check that out. Oh, I see. Okay, there's this image where it's half hot dog, half cheese.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Okay. Weird. So, see, this is where I get confused because we do this stuff on the show, and yet you never brought this up before.
Well, no, I just like I went to the place. I went to the place later and happened to try it because I wanted to go back. I wanted to go back and try getting some more churros because I wanted to try them hot. Like because the last time I waited, I waited so that I could try them on the show, and I heated them up. I mean, I warmed them up, of course, but it was just like I wanted to have them fresh out of the oven.
Well, Jeff is in the Vegas area as well, so we may have to swoop him up to come join us for lunch.
What's Tyra say? Not quite a hot link corn dog.
Not quite a hot link corn dog. Like
I know, but I'm telling they actually one of them that they had. The one that I had was actually it wasn't a hot link, but it was apparently like a spicy. It was like a spicy something or other. So it's there.
Interesting. And speaking of the hot link corn dog, he's referring to specifically the Disneyland hot link corn dog, and we will be going to Disneyland here in the very near future.
Sure will.
We will be there in less than 90 days, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
So
make my reservations.
Yes, you do. So we will be there November, the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So if you're available, come on down.
Yes, we will be going to the parks November 12th through the 16th. 5 days, 3 at Disneyland, 2 at California Adventure.
1 park a day. Don't get it. Hey, are you doing the Genie Plus thing?
I haven't decided yet. I likely will not.
Can you add? Is it something you can add day of?
Yes.
Or is it even worth it? I don't even know.
Yeah, it is something that you can do day of. You don't have to do it in advance. I think it's, for me, when I look at the value standpoint, I've got me, my wife, and my kid, right? So
Yeah.
the three of us, is it worth me paying for the three
Because
of
you
us?
have to pay for each one, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I think that's kind of that. That's
If
kinda
I was a
stupid.
single person and I was trying to do it all in like 2 days, then
Yeah.
yeah, I'd probably see the
I think
value.
it's just silly that I think they should make. Well, I mean, it's not. Of course, I'm not Disney, and of course they're going to try and get every penny they can. But I'm just saying, I think if one person, if it's like a family, and it's a family of three, if one adult has it, then it can work for those three people. Or if it's like a family of four, if each adult has it, it covers the two kids or whatever. I think that for me, that would be that I could see the value in that.
And Brian says I do recommend Genie Plus. Again, I'm
But
sure
you're also, I mean, but it's, oh, you're not married yet. So I was gonna say you and your wife, but you and your fiance, I mean, I think that works really well. Oh,
and
at
he
least
says at
one
least
day.
one. Again, I think it comes down to, we're going to be there for 5
5.
days,
So
3
yeah.
days at Disneyland, 2 days at California Adventure. I don't think you need to do it.
Yeah.
I think if you
'Cause
can't get everything in,
in those, yeah, because I mean we did everything we did everything that we wanted to do.
and we were only there for 3.5 days.
Yeah. So, and we did stuff multiple times. And actually, man, that was, if we could do Guardians again like 2 times in a row, that would be so amazing.
Yeah.
That was like a one-time event though, I feel.
Yeah.
All right.
And Brian does confirm you have to get the Genie Plus for the whole crew.
Yeah, that again, I think that's a little bit ridiculous, but
well, and again, you are welcome to go off and do your own thing. Anybody
no, I mean,
who does show up can hang out as much as they want, or can go just like we did on the cruise, right?
Yeah.
Like,
show up, show
have
out,
fun.
do your own thing.
Yeah. And so, if you want to get the Genie Plus because you want to just go bang out rides all day, go to town. For me, part of the reason that I'm going for 5 days is because I want to be able to take my time. I want to be able to enjoy it.
Yeah. And you have your daughter again, your wife, and this is the first time I think all of you have gone together.
Correct.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just going to be a special time in itself.
Yeah.
So
it's not about getting things done quickly. It's about going and having fun.
The experience.
Exactly.
The pictures.
Yes. And at the 60-day mark, which is coming up in the very near future, I got to start booking the reservations for the restaurants. And we got Tyrus. Last time I was there with Mark, we almost hit every ride in 2 days, plus the shows. Yes, that is true. That is true.
That happens. That can happen. I mean, because we were going from open to close.
Of course, the last time Tyrus and I were at Disneyland together, we were probably both about 100 pounds lighter and over 10 years younger. That's for sure. I don't think. I think our total combined weight has probably gone up by like 250 pounds. So, yeah, a whole one of you. So I think I don't think Tyrus and I could do what we did back then. But
it'd be fun. Come on, Tyrus. Come on down.
Come on, Tyrus.
Come on, Tyrus.
Last I checked in with him, he was not going to go.
Okay. Well,
yeah, he sucks.
Oh well.
So you got anything else fun, exciting, interesting coming up to share?
Nah, man. We already talked about my change of schedule.
Yeah. Any dating? Any interesting ladies?
Like nothing that's confirmed.
What does that mean?
Like, there's a couple people that like we've had like bits of chats and nothing really significant. So we'll see.
So when's the last time you went on a date?
Oh no, that was, man, when was that? August, July, January, February, March, April, May, June, July. So I think I went on 2 in July with the same person.
Oh, so just like 2 months ago.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
And Tyrus is asking, what happened to your flight attendant friend?
If it's the one that didn't, and she's not a flight attendant, but that didn't go well at all.
And Brian says you can have a +1 at his wedding, which invitations still haven't come out. Just saying.
Yeah.
Just saying is all. So do you you mentioned you're talking to a couple people. Now, one of the things, and I'm just going to roll him under the bus because why not? Our friend Gear Deli Jeff, this guy is wilding out on the Nevada singles page or the Las Vegas singles page. Because I'll be scrolling through my feed on Facebook or whatever, and I'll get random stuff where like Jeff is like throwing these photos out, like showing off some chest hair, and he's like, "Hey, ladies, who's single out there?" And I'm like, "Bro," but hey, you know what? Maybe that's what you got to do.
Just throw, yeah. I mean, like don't get me wrong, like I'm. But like I said, it's just been nothing serious. So it's just been like, if something serious does happen, cool. If it doesn't, well, then I'm still waiting.
And Brian claims that the invitations are going out this weekend.
Coming out this weekend.
And Jeff does claim that it works. So maybe you need to follow his lead and, just pop a couple buttons and like, "Hey, ladies."
Hello, ladies.
I mean, why not, right? What's it gonna hurt? And Tyrus, he's fanboying. Good job.
Yeah.
Great job, Jeff. Do you think? Mr. Tyrus trying to find his
it's your thing.
He's about to hire a bride, so good for him.
Wow.
Hey, it's where are you at, man?
Wow.
Jeff done been married, divorced, and now just like feeling it, man. It worked for Val Venus. It could work for you. And Jenny is disgusted. James, here you go. Do whatever you did on the cruise. For those of you that don't know, folks, James did have some luck with a lady on the cruise.
Yo, come on, bro.
These are facts.
These are facts, but like, put that all out there.
Jeff's dating 3 girls right now.
Damn, bro.
And look at him. Look, he's suave. Look at that face right there, man. He's feeling himself.
Rico Suave.
Jenny is vomiting currently, and actually I can hear her in the bathroom. She is.
All right, y'all.
And Jeff would like to know, how old was she?
What?
I assume the girl on the cruise. Yes.
Oh,
she was 22, if I remember correctly.
No, she wasn't 22. She was
19. That's right.
Whoa, no, definitely not. She was, I think, late 20s, early 30s. I don't remember exactly.
I've never been called a dry snitcher before.
Put it on blast.
What was she? 68?
No, definitely not 68.
And Tara says, "Don't mind him, Jenny. It's my friend's cousin." That makes it better, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't worry, Tyrus. As soon as the show ends, I'm going to fill Jenny in on all the details that you gave me.
Yeah. All right, man. I think we should wrap this on up.
Fair enough. I do got to catch a flight early in the morning.
Yeah.
Do not be late picking me up.
I'm going to be super late picking you up.
That's unacceptable.
You call me when you land, I'll leave the house.
I'm going to call you when I'm taking off so you can be up to get me.
Call me when you land, I will be ready for you.
Yes, but if I call you when I land, I'll be waiting outside because it takes you more than 15 minutes to leave your house and come get me.
No, I'll be ready to go. So I can just leave the house and come.
Yeah, I'll believe that.
If you can get down to me, Jeff, you're more than able to hang. Can you work that out? Come to me.
I'm guessing Jeff's pretty far out there.
He's further than, yeah.
Well, Jeff, make your way get your butt to the airport tomorrow morning by 10:30, and that would work too.
Yeah.
Uber it up, man.
Yeah, come on.
All right, well, hit up Rick. Let's do a shindig tomorrow for the afternoon, early evening, and then we've got a long drive ahead of us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's shut this thing down, shall we?